thank you for letting me know, so we can resolve it, we can begin the resolution. Allison, do you have something to say about it? Anne? Any questions, comments?
No, not about this. I was just more curious about the Rogers IRB process, and how we count like our clinical hours for this quarter.
Okay. All right, so, why don't we finish going through this, because it's already 7:20, that was kind of you see how that kind of threw me for a loop, because I had no idea that was happening. That's called blindsiding. You know what blindside is? You know, it's like you're blindsided, you just don't know, you don't know what's happening. And Dr. Nikesh and I are teaching this as if we're following that, and you guys don't even have that. So, that's not gonna happen. Just no, it's not gonna happen. So we'll deal with it tomorrow, and just watch your emails, and hopefully the course will get opened again. And what did you talk about tonight? If you didn't talk about Bridges and Harrison and Ross and the templates,
like leadership styles, and then she kind of started talking about like chaos theory, right? I believe. Did I miss anything? I don't think so.
Okay, so that's not preparing you to go in. So I have to pick up this tonight so you guys can start this week, because that's not. You're supposed to read Bridges and you're supposed to read Harrison so that you can pick up the needs assessment and the diagnosis this week and be done by next week. Except for Diana, who's not quite there yet, but we'll get you there. But no, you guys aren't ready. Sorry. I will apologize on behalf of MSOE. It's a disaster. Sorry. It is. It's a total disaster. That should not be done.
So then should we not go to our site this week then if we were planning to at this point?
No, I think you should. I think there's plenty you can do. I'm going to teach you now in like 5 minutes to do a needs assessment, but let me just alert Dr. Nikesh. 1 second.
Hey, for everybody that submitted to the like your QA thing, you know where it says like who's your faculty advisor? Did you put like your on-site person, or did you put Dr. Libster? Because I put Dr. Libster.
I put both.
How do you add two in?
Maybe it wasn't. I know I put Libster in one, Dr. Libster in one. And then I know it was kicked back to me because it asked for my site person, which was on there. But now I don't remember.
I didn't see a spot where there was to add like a second one, because I got mine kicked back because I put my letter from my preceptor, and I got mine kicked back because they're like, oh, you have Dr. Libster, but then your on-site letter doesn't match. It's someone different.
Let me see. I'm going to see if I can get on there. I don't remember exactly how to get there, though.
Maybe I can do it. I'm on page 2 or 3. Is that where it says, what is the name and title of the person who has direct supervisory authority? Did you put like whoever your chairperson is, and then your preceptor on site?
Yeah, it's just a preceptor on site, but you can put my name on there. It's okay.
Yeah, because I just got mine kicked back, so I'm like, well, I don't know.
You did?
Yeah, because I put you, but then it said that it didn't match my, invitation.
Oh, you didn't put the person at your site. Okay, yeah, I read that and I thought, oh, was that the letter and the?
Yeah, I had the same thing, Callie.
So I just gotta put them in there. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay, so Sarwar, you gonna talk about your project, please?
Yeah. So mine's about loneliness. So there's a New York Times article about the loneliness epidemic, how COVID kind of contributed to loneliness and isolation. And then during my first rotation the past summer, we had a client that we were seeing, and so the client lived with like their child and their spouse, and so that's what my preceptor assumed their support system was. And then after multiple follow-up sessions, they realized that their spouse actually works night shifts, and so the client like rarely interacts with their spouse, and the people in their day-to-day lives are like the people at the coffee shop, and they have like very few, close connections. They feel isolated, and so the project's about like educating APRNs on the importance of assessing for support systems and how loneliness and isolation can contribute to like mental health issues.
And could you talk about who your APRN audience is going to be at your site where you are with Dr. Luke?
Yeah, so there's like there's a new one, so I guess 5 other PMHNPs who work there, so that would be my audience.
Yeah, so these can be small groups. We're not expecting you to fill an auditorium, right? But it's a meaningful change for that organization, is it not?
Yeah, and I talked to Luke about this too, and he like agrees. Just like because the APRNs currently are allowed to do their assessment, any way they seem like they want to. He sometimes adds things to like the we use advanced MD to chart, so sometimes if he feels like something's not being assessed, he'll add that to make sure they do ask about it. But this would just be like an additional like PowerPoint I would present on why they should be assessing for that, and they can include it like in their HPI in the note.
Right, so that's why you need to go back and change your document, because you're not going to have samples, you're not going to do any of that. That's later down the road. Did Luke tell you to put it in that way, or did you just do it that way?
No, I just did it. Yeah, that was my mistake.
So you're already in the PhD mode too. Which you think about your sample, you see about, but no, that's a no to everything. Yeah, it's been a long time since we talked about it, but it's basically the only thing you want to say yes to is the QI questions, the quality improvement question. That's it. The rest of the stuff is not applicable or not.
I'll go back and change that. And also, so for the letter from the actual preceptor, should it just say something basic like, Sarwar is invited to complete his capstone at Mind Body Co-op? Like, is that all it needs to say?
That's all it has to say. Yep. That's all it has to say. It's very simple. Questions or comments for Sarwar?
I think it's a really important topic.
And I can forward you guys like the New York Times article. I thought it was just like an interesting read, especially during COVID. And I think we're all kind of seeing it, or maybe even like experiencing it, right? Like work from home. Even in like psychiatry and PMHNPs, a lot of them are doing telepsychiatry, so they're kind of working from home. This coming May, actually, like a lot of insurance companies are ending telepsych visits for like controlled substances, or you have to at least see the patient in person during your initial evaluation before prescribing a controlled substance. So maybe there will be less like work from home, and that'll change.
I was going to make a comment. I think it's a great topic, and it pulled me in for sure and interested me. I was thinking too, when you were talking about how this patient was kind of out in the community, and maybe she or he, would interact with people at the coffee shop or